YouTube is the greatest client acquisition tool you can use in 2026. It builds trust and authority like nothing else, and videos compound over time like crazy. But most infopreneurs are using it completely wrong. They try to build a typical funnel or treat it like any other social media platform, only to realize that this doesn't work anymore. Now, for the past few weeks, I've been studying the channels that actually build businesses. The ones pulling in 6 and even 7 figures from YouTube alone, and what I've discovered is that they're all using the same blueprint. And it's not about going viral or giving away some crazy secret value. It's about building what I call a YouTube ecosystem. And when you get this right, every single video you post strengthens your entire channel, building insane amount of trust, connection, credibility, and turning your videos into money-making machines. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you the exact 3-part ecosystem, how each piece connects to the other and reinforces the whole, and why this approach converts viewers into clients better than any funnel out there. Here's the thing that nobody really tells you when it comes to YouTube funnels. They're built on massive and flawed assumptions. Funnels assume that every viewer is gonna take this perfect linear path down your funnel. That they watch your broad videos with not that much value, then get to your nurture videos, and finally to your sales videos, in this exact order. And the entire funnel is designed around this fantasy that people consume content in a predetermined sequence. But that's not how people actually consume content, right? The reality is messier and more unpredictable. Someone might discover you through a deep dive video first. Another person might find you through a pure sales video, and someone else stumbles across your framework explanations. And with traditional funnels, most of these people bounce off because the content wasn't designed for when they discovered it. Ecosystems, on the other hand, work completely different from funnels. No matter where someone enters your ecosystem, they instantly get value, build trust with you, and get nurtured towards your offer. Every single video works together to enhance the entire channel, instead of just serving one purpose and hoping to find a viewer at the right time of their journey. Because your YouTube channel has exactly 2 jobs. First, build trust and authority, so people see you as the obvious expert in your space. And second, show them why your product is the best choice for them and demonstrate that it actually works through social proof and real results. So let me give you a quick overview of what this ecosystem actually looks like before we deep dive into each component. As the foundation, you have 3 to 4 main content pillars. This is gonna be the majority of your content, built around the main topics of your brand. And these are videos that follow one specific format, designed to nurture people, build trust and authority, and already start converting them towards your offer. Then you have different branches, videos that go into more depth and work together with your main pillars to build even more trust and authority. And lastly, you have even smaller connecting elements that tie the entire ecosystem together even more. And these also all follow one specific format that makes the entire ecosystem 10 times more efficient and provides a final conversion catalyst that turns interested viewers into confident buyers. And when these 3 elements work together, you create a content system that's self-sustaining and converts at every level. So let's break down each part of this ecosystem. Okay, first we need to talk about the foundation. These videos are going to represent the majority of your content built around the main pillars of your brand. Brand pillars are 3 to 4 core topics or unique perspectives that define what you stand for in your niche. They are the main areas of your expertise that differentiate you from everybody else and show you a unique approach to solving the bigger problem. For my channel, for example, I help infopreneurs build out their YouTube pages and generate organic traffic for their products. And so my unique approaches to solve that problem are YouTube ecosystems, scripts that combine value and storytelling, and that YouTube brands have to stand out and have very high quality production. These are my content pillars. As another example, for a fitness coach helping people lose weight and get healthy, the content pillars might be whole food diet, hybrid athlete training, and training to be healthy, not just to look good. And so from these pillars, you want to create educational videos that show you expertise. But here's the thing that most creators completely miss, because these aren't just random education videos like in your typical funnel. They are strategic positioning tools that not only give value and educate people, but also immediately start building connection and position you as a trustworthy authority, all with a single piece of content. And the format that's absolutely perfect for that is what I like to call value stories. These are educational videos that show the viewer how you think about your niche. They give the viewer new ideas, new angles, and showcase your unique mechanisms, all through storytelling rather than lecturing and trying to convince people that your solution is the best. Because the incredible thing about teaching through storytelling is that it lets you weave together the 3 main elements that nurture and convert people: connection with the creator, trust that he's an expert in the space and knows what he's talking about, and authority that his offer or product actually works. And these elements are super easy to weave into stories. To create a connection, you can use personal examples that make you relatable and human. You can share your struggles, your learning processes, and your failures alongside your successes. To create the trust, you shift the viewer's beliefs with your new ideas and angles about the subject. Because this shows that you know the root of the problem and not just give quick fixes. And to create authority, you can wave in your social proof and results as natural arguments for the points you're making. In our fitness example, when you mention that you helped someone lose 50 pounds, it's not because you want to show off, but it proves a point about your methodology. So essentially, every story becomes like a mini VSL that gives value, builds trust, and builds credibility. And to be completely honest, value stories work so well and cover all the elements you need to make people convert that it could very well be the only format you post on your channel. But there are still 2 more content formats if you want that connect the pillars better together and make the entire ecosystem way more efficient. Okay, now that you have your content pillars creating the foundation of your ecosystem, you need to add what I call branch videos. These are videos that go a little bit deeper and work together with your content pillars to create even more trust and authority. So value stories establish your unique perspectives, but branch videos take it one step further. They show your methodology actually working in real-world scenarios. But you shouldn't think of them as tutorials, rather think of them as implementation videos that show you applying your methods to achieve one specific transformation. And therefore, they are complementing your value stories because they are demonstrating your unique approach in action, rather than just explaining it conceptually. For my channel, helping infopreneurs, this might be making a live script breakdown, which will come out very soon by the way. For a fitness coach example, he could do like a vlogging style video where he goes grocery shopping and shows you what he avoids and what he buys. And this would complement his brand pillars and value stories where he talks about his unique approach being whole food diets. And ideally, your branch videos should act as little previews for what you then actually offering in your paid products. If for example you sell a cookbook, you can make a branch video showing you cooking a recipe of the book. Because when someone watches you create an incredible dish using one of your recipes, they're not thinking, great, now I don't need the book anymore. They're thinking, if this recipe was so good, imagine what all the other recipes in the book must be like. And you can apply the same concept to every other niche and offer. So you're proving them that your offer is worth the investment by showing them what already a part of it can do. Because when someone watches a real-life application of your methods, it creates a level of credibility and authority educational videos alone simply can't match. Now the combination between value stories and branch content already created an ecosystem that will outperform 95 of the channels out there. But there is still one final component that makes the entire ecosystem way more efficient and removes the last barrier to conversion. Okay, so now we get to the final piece of this ecosystem. And this is what I like to call ecosystem elevators. These are videos that tie your entire ecosystem together and make it exponentially more powerful. And while these videos might not get the most views, they're the ones that make the others perform way better. Because here's where most potential clients are at this stage of your ecosystem. They've watched your value stories and trust your perspective. And they've seen your branch videos and know you can deliver results. But there's still one psychological barrier remaining, and it's probably the biggest of all. Absolute certainty that the product can deliver the results you're promising. And that's why client interviews, case study breakdowns, and success stories analysis come in. They provide even more social proof than the one you wave into your value stories and the one you get from demonstrating your methods yourself. Because when it's a third party talking about your offer, nobody really can dismiss it as you just trying to sell them on something. But the funny thing is that beyond the insane amount of social proof viewers get from watching the videos, these videos do something even more important. They elevate the entire status of your brand. Just by sitting on your page, they signal that you must be a legitimate authority, and they make everything else you talk about in your content come across as way more credible and trustworthy. And the best thing is that you don't have to post a lot of these. Even just having a few client success videos scattered throughout your channel creates a perception of authority and results that amplifies the effectiveness of all of your other content. Now, I don't have any of these videos posted on my channel yet, but I'm working on a few at the moment, and I can't wait to share the incredible results I get from my clients in some interviews. To get back to our fitness coach example, this might be client transformation videos where you interview someone who lost weight using your hybrid training method. So while these ecosystem elevators might not get tens of thousands of views, they provide the final conversion catalyst that turns interested viewers into buying customers by making success feel inevitable, rather than just a possibility. Alright, here's your homework to make this ecosystem work for you. First, pick your 3 to 4 content pillars, the unique approaches that you use to solve the higher problem. Then start creating value stories around these pillars. And remember, these aren't just education videos. They should be more like mini VSLs that give value, build trust, and authority all at once. Second, add those branch videos that demonstrate your methodologies in action. Show people exactly what it looks like when you solve problems using your unique approach. And third, start planning those ecosystem elevators, client interviews and case studies that provide the final conversion catalyst. capitalist. Because while everybody else is chasing virality and hopes that one video changes everything, you're building something that compounds. Every piece of content adds to the whole ecosystem, and every video you make works together to enhance your entire brand. But if you want to get a more tailored strategy, and maybe you also want to hear me out to see how I could install and power your entire ecosystem for you, then I would invite you to book a chat with the first link in the description. I give you a clear plan for your situation, and from there we'll see if it actually makes sense for us to work together. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video and want to see more content like this.